Warriors Rising Mighty Light Warriors, welcome back to the channel. It's exactly 0707 as I start this message, and this download came to me whilst I was praying this morning after like a very intense dream. It's like one of the most vivid dreams I've had in quite a while, and I literally wrote 2 pages full, and there were still parts that I couldn't remember or was just not piecing together yet. And what was coming through the download was that you're tearing shit up in these realms, like you're tearing shit up in these lower realms, whoever you are. I don't know what may have happened in the last few days, but from this experience I just had last night, it's like somehow you were led into a lower realm. And I remember it's like before I could get into that space, it's like I had to jump from a space where it was like a park where people were having an event, and I had to jump from that space into it was like very high ground, jump all the way down to be able to get to the field or the playing field that would lead to this point. And I was being led there by 2 people. And what I was seeing, or after like praying over the dream, what was coming through was how the path leading to that place was a sacrificial ground. And it was as if it was like the slums. Okay, it was like deep slums, and it was like just one pathway leading there. And it was as if like there were people that lived in the corners or like in the side of this pathway, but on the ground were all the sacrifices and all the different things that had been sacrificed and given up in order to make that path there. So initially what I was getting was how this lower realm, it's almost like it was hidden somehow, and it's still hidden, but it's like there's something about how it came about or something about how it has existed, because there were people that were living there. There were people that had lives there, people that had homes there, people that were doing business there, like they sell there, they have their own businesses. And it was like there was some kind of like party going on. But the party was like an after party to like a party that was going on in a different realm. Like let's say on this earth plane, if there's like an event or something going on, and they were doing like an after party in a lower realm. And what I'm being shown now is like how this is part of a process of how people are reeled into that lower realm also. Speaking of that sacrificial ground leading to that point, it's like a lot of sacrifices had to be made, a lot of things and people had to be sacrificed in order for this lower realm to gain, I'm hearing, autonomy, some kind of autonomy, and get some kind of like easy passage into our realm, our reality, this earth plane. And there's been some kind of like exchange of certain things where people are taken or lured or tempted into that space. But whoever you are, especially if you've had such a dream before of like maybe breaking things up in like in the different realm or like a lower realm, or being led into a place and then you now turning against the people, you literally are messing things up in these lower realms. It's like there was a point where after going through the sacrificial ground, it's like the people that were leading me there, somehow they vanished. It's like I just lost them. And in losing them, it's like I had to now like ask around, like asking people if they could find them. But the people guided me somewhere where things were happening, and some of the things that were happening there were no good. It was like a party, like at first glance it just looked like a party, but then as I entered and saw what was going on, it wasn't exactly the right kind of party. And immediately I entered into the space, it's like certain people there recognized me and just like hid their faces. It's almost like this is giving me the energy of like there are people that are operating here on this earth plane that are not from this earth plane, as a lot of you might know. But these people behave and do everything like just like regular human beings, but it's part of how they lure people into these lower realms. And then in these lower realms, some of these people become almost like they begin to live there. They capture their spirit and somehow confine them. So it's like some of these people, you can see them walking about on this earth plane, all right, but their spirit has been confined in some lower realm. And so from that point on, they are not able to be themselves. Some of these people come onto the earth plane just to tempt others and spiritually take them bondage. Some of them are also used as sacrifice to continue to allow this process to happen. But whoever you are, when you step into this place, it's like when I stepped into the space, everything changed. It's like things started to get quieter and quieter. Even the DJ at the party started to play lower and lower. It's like somehow things just started to shift. This is what your energy is doing in these lower realms. For some of you, you're having very vivid dreams about going into places that you don't recognize, and it's like you're doing something there, or like you're on a mission there. There's a lot that is happening in some of these lower realms where people that are not highly conscious or people that are not spiritually aware are not seeing what's going on. And it takes people like you, not just to make them aware, because some of these people, they are not aware because they are not themselves. They are not aware because they are not in tune with their spirit. So what you do, what your energy does when it goes into some of these places, it causes total chaos. It begins to disrupt the things. And when people get to see you, your true essence, it's like immediately they begin to understand the reason why things have to shut down. At some point, some people in the space just started to leave because it was like they were so agitated, like what's going on, like why is everything going quiet? And they were like, nah, we need to leave this space, because you are a spirit warrior for the Most High. Because you are a spirit warrior for the Most High. When you step into lower dimensions where bad things are happening, where people are being captured, where people are being enslaved, your energy just disrupts everything that is going on there. Your energy disrupts the whole system. You don't even have to do anything. You don't even have to raise your sword. By you being there, it's like things are literally shattering down. It's like, for some reason, it's like people just started to fall apart. What your energy is doing in these lower realms is because some of these, again, like I was saying, it's like I had to jump from a very, very high place to step down into this lower realm. That's because you're on a mission. Especially now in this time, the agent of light, this is the mission. Everybody has their own individual mission, but a lot of what this mission is about is to shut down spaces, organizations, and people that are operating on low vibrational energy, operating on sacrificial systems, operating on enslavement. And I mean this physically and spiritually, but this is specifically speaking about spiritually, but even in the physical. Some of these people, the things that they're doing and the ways that they're operating is not exactly because of their human nature. It's exactly because of their spiritual nature. Oh, pardon me, guys. I woke up not long ago. I've literally just woken up, actually. Some of these things that you're doing here on this earth plane is because of their spiritual nature. Some of these people, so-called quote-unquote people, are not humans. They are spirit, they are entities. They are demonic entities, low vibrational entities that literally live and dwell in the lower realm. Everything that you do here in the physical on this earth plane is just, I'm hearing a facade. It's just to keep up the facade. It's just to keep it going. It's just so they can be able to connect with more actual beings and people of light that they can they can tempt to take with them into their lower realms and use them for their bidding. It's 7:16 on the timer. That's 7:7. So 7:7 could be very significant for somebody. There's a lot that is going on in the lower realms that is happening in a way of people that are actively living here on this earth plane or on this realm, being entities of the lower realms and reeling people to those lower realms. And I feel like moving forward, the Most High is going to be placing his warriors in a lot of these places. Like, it's going to be just like you being guided there. Like I was saying in the other message about you being a double agent. Whoever that message was for, this message is also for you. Whoever that message was for, this message is also for you. There's something about how these entities are playing are playing double agent on this plane, where it's like they live a double life, is how the Most High is using you also to live a double life, to go and infiltrate and to break down these places. That's why the message was coming through us. You were tearing shit up in these lower realms. You are literally tearing things up in these lower realms. It's something about you moving into the space that totally causes everything to shut down. And some of these people, it's like the people that saw me in the beginning, it's like they recognized you. They recognized you, and it's like they were like hiding. It's like they were trying to hide their faces. But it was too late, because they had been seen. They were already seen. They had been seen even before you entered the space. See, and that's how you got there in the first place. It's like to be able to have infiltrated that space, to go to the specific places where some of these things were happening. You had to take a specific course, which is again that sacrificial course, that sacrificial path. And on the ground, it's like on the ground, on the bed of the floor of this path, there was like different things, like human remains and animal remains and bones and stuff like that, and different things and different materials that had been placed there. Some of these things were things that had been given to people to plague them. Some people had been sacrificed to substances. Some had been sacrificed spiritually, like their body. They've been sacrificed to materialism. They've been sacrificed to pleasure, desire, sex. Some had been made into animals and sacrificed as animals. Some had been sacrificed into the spirit of animals, or like the spirit bodies of animals. Some of these entities were actually like animals that have, like, their spirit is that of specific animals. And then when they come onto this earth plane, they take on other people's energy. It's almost like they steal energy from others in order to continue to live on this earth plane like regular human beings. And I feel like this is something that, this is something that has been going on for a long time. But it's like now, 12:12 on the time, but the spiritual warriors have been led into those spaces to burn those places down, to shut them down. The spiritual warriors were being led into these places to shut them down. And it's like they had gathered at this party that they were having. They had gathered those that come on this earth plane and live like human beings, these lower entities, these spirits. That was like a place where they had gathered and they were having a party. And then when the energy started to shift, some of them were like, nah, I'm going back. We thought today was supposed to be a party, like we're supposed to party all night, but now everything is disrupted. The music is not playing anymore. It's like they were like, it was just a distraction. And the thing is, I didn't even do anything. So for some of you, you are so powerful, you don't even need to wield your sword, use your sword to fight every battle. Like I was saying in the last message, it's like your presence alone does so much. You don't always need to fight battles with your sword. Just you being present, just you speaking, just you watching alone causes the energy to shift, causes things to fall apart. And I feel like this energy is going to keep on intensifying, because I can feel it. We're on a mission. We're on a mission. Or let me say we're on a new mission. Or we're embarking on a new mission, on another mission. And this specific mission is targeting the demonic entities that are walking this earth plane like regular human beings, but are actually hunting on this earth plane. Because that's another thing. With even the way that I was being guided there, it's like how these two ladies led me there, and then all of a sudden they got lost, and like I couldn't find them, but like I could see them somehow. It's like they were leading me to some place. It's like they come to hunt on this earth plane. And for whoever you are, I'm very sure you have received some downloads or some dreams to confirm this, or you are going to be receiving them very soon. There's a lot that is going on in the lower realms, and it's being caused by demonic entities that are here on this earth plane like human beings, and are reeling other human beings into these places, using them as sacrifices to continue to make their fort stronger and continue to lead others there. And that time is coming to an end. Have a blessed day, guys.